Good afternoon. At the outset, I would like to congratulate and thank the LIS Academy and in particular Professor Kadkunur for this opportunity to speak in LISACon on the theme Reinventing Excellence in Librarianship. My talk is on conceptualizing and designing a sustainably agile and resilient 21st century library. I would like to, I would like to cover my objective, the mission statement, the changing world of libraries, trends in libraries, the new learning environment, imagining the future, the characteristics and strategies of the 21st century libraries, something called Blue Ocean strategy, importance of being agile and resilient, and some of the focus areas I would like to suggest for 21st century libraries. So the objective is actually to make the library the hub of knowledge consumption, collaboration and creativity, frontline research support, state-of-art technology, a center for imagination and innovation, which nurtures the culture of entrepreneurship, ventures, incubators, and startups. I would like to put forth the mission statement of the library as 1. Advance knowledge through research and innovation, guide learning, and inspire curiosity. I would like to quote Einstein, where he says that I never teach my pupils. I only attempt to provide conditions in which they can learn. So if you look at, this is exactly what these 21st century libraries are trying to do. So this picture depicts a perfect blending of the tradition and modernity. The traditional library, blended with the modern digital systems. So this is exactly, this kind of a hybrid model will be the best one to suggest for the 21st century. And if you look at the libraries have been changing over the years. Libraries have been changing from a place to a space. It has been a gradual change, but it has a visible change. Libraries are now happening places. But if you look at the major stakeholders are like the physical ambience, the collections, the facilities, the services, and the administration part of it. Libraries do a lot of strategies, systems, and services in order to support its parent organization in its endeavors in imparting, creating, and preserving knowledge. Library systems and services, when you look at holistically, a hybrid model, as I was mentioning, is the best advocate. Libraries should be at the center of research, teaching, publishing, and the center for disruptive innovation. And in this process, libraries follow a lot of workflows and systems for their collection development and collection management. And it uses a number of interfaces and relationships for seamless access, retrieval, discovery, and delivery of services. If you want to categorize all the activities of a library, it can be mainly categorized into business processes and user experience. And the business processes involve budget management to collection development to metadata creation to collection management to content aggregation, systems and integration. And then the user experience comprise a variety of activities centering around discoveries, right from the indexes to the most advanced web scale discovery services, personalization aspects, personalization, how to personalize the services so that they can reuse the sessions, and the assessment of the usage and the analytics for decision making for future subscriptions or continuity of subscriptions or cessation of subscriptions, etc. Library also does a lot of support for research and academic support in terms of digital scholarship, authoring support, publishing support, research data management, impact factor enhancing support, academic support, open access, open research, and open science support. And of late, we find libraries doing a lot of interesting services centering around creating the library ambience as an innovation center, maker spaces, recreation centers, innovation labs, startups, entrepreneurship centers, etc. So this is what actually libraries are doing these days. We find a lot of interesting trends that is happening in the library. For example, we are moving from totally physical to a totally virtual. This can be too much of an ambitious statement, but overall feeling is that the library collections are moving, libraries are moving virtual. all the facilities and media. And the individual focus is now shifting to community focus. Collection library is moving to creation library, because library is no longer a place for just consumption or reading and reference facility. It is used for knowledge creation and knowledge co-creation. It is the entire portal of the library can be seen now changing to much focused purpose. So the mandate of the library is actually meticulous resource management to seamless resource discovery delivery solutions that is all across available, whether it is in campus or off campus. So the learning environment and activities, if you look at library, has to have a welcoming and inspiring ambience. We need to redefine the library as a space or library as a place. I think it will be a combination of both a place and a space. And we have to provide seamless access to knowledge. It should be a place for collaborative learning spaces, not only for knowledge consumption, for construction and co-creation or co-creation of knowledge. It is a learning hub. It is an idea exchange place. It is a vast corpus of knowledge through high-end collections and services. Research library support for open access and open science, digital scholarship, literary skills, scholarship, literary skills, research support workshops, research data support, research productivity impact support, innovation labs, incubator, entrepreneurship, maker spaces, multi-user space and services. These are the things which are actually now coming up in the world. Now, we are actually looking at the 21st century design of the library in the backdrop of Industry 4.0. So we have moved from the steam power to electrical power to electronics and computer power to now artificial intelligence. It is Industry 4.0, which is actually looking at intelligence and knowledge. So it is actually the artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, etc., going together with Internet of Things. What is the picture shows here is actually a number of robots working on in a Toyota factory in Japan, manufacturing a car. So this is actually the thing what we are living now. This is the age of Industry 4.0, the age of knowledge and intelligence. And at this moment, the dire demand is for Career 4.0. So what is our onus? What is our responsibility? We need to design our libraries in this backdrop. So the big questions what are arising are: what's the future of knowledge? What's the future of pathways to knowledge? What's the future of public technology and community-anchored institutions? What's the future of learning spaces? What's the future of attention? How much of attention can we, get from our users? What is the attention span? How do we retain the attention of the user? These are actually the things. So when you look at the strategies for the 21st century libraries, as we have already seen, it has become an all-in-one space for learning, consuming, sharing, creating, and experiencing. If I can quote Peskovitz, the rapid and radical changes that have taken place in the environment is actually posing a dire need and necessity for us to shift the library to the 21st century. What is recommended at this moment is to adopt a very interesting strategy, what is called Blue Ocean Strategy, to develop the 21st century library. Why Blue Ocean strategies? Because it's about creating uncontested markets so as to make competitions irrelevant. To elaborate more, it epitomizes strategic agility by focusing on creating and capturing new and innovative knowledge resources and services and inspiring learning environments. The idea is to look at the 21st century library with an entirely new perspective. There's no hangover of the past or the thought process that library should be like this, etc. We should not have any unwanted influence of the past. So we need to look at this development of the 21st century library with an entirely new lens, a new perspective. That is why Blue Ocean strategy is recommended. So when you look at the library's imperatives for agility and resilience, because only when you are agile and resilient, you will have the capacity or capability to achieve the 21st century library. So it allows the organization for strategizing the library systems to face or overcome odds and challenges. The distinguishing feature of agile and resilient libraries that it will have human resources with a shared vision, shared purpose, and it will be more participatory in every mission as against the traditional command and control model. The approach will equip the team library to resiliently respond to threats and make timely, effective, sustainable changes that generate competitive advantage. The prerequisites for organizational agility is all about capacity building, upskilling, reskilling, etc., which goes together to build the capability and competency of the workforce. All the above organizational features and characteristics go together to contribute to organizational agility, and that agility entails resilience to the organization, and it helps success and continued sustenance. So the renewed agenda for the 21st century library will be, because libraries place a premium on convenient access, relevant discovery and usage, and it should be at the center of research, teaching, and publication processes of the users. And research and scholarship is interdisciplinary, globally connected, and that internet-enabled pedagogy is a commonplace. So libraries must adjust to the evolving scholarly behaviors and the pace of change is quickening. So library as a catalyst and chief facilitator to the university or the institute community and its guests should be facilitating a holistic development for fulfilling and demonstrating their educational excellence, scholarly performance, and entrepreneurial endeavors. So the characteristics of the 21st century library is envisaged as a user-centered, technology-enabled ambience and space, having a futuristic vision, looking at the changing landscapes of technology, education, knowledge dissemination, and stakeholder sentiments. It will be a symbiotic assemblage of knowledge, information, data-driven systems, and services, and will be directed by highly skilled librarians, subject experts, IT specialists, academic administrators. The objective I have already mentioned in the opening. If you see, only the collections and services run by a library, if at all with additional specialized services, it will not be good. So if I can quote David Langs, great libraries build communities. It is not sufficient. It is good that you build collections. It is even good that you build services, but it is not good enough. The best thing is to always build communities. So we have to have research support so much coming up by the libraries, from the libraries, and I would recommend all of us to look at the ARL, the Association of Research Libraries framework for research support for research libraries, and it promotes so much of open science support from the part of the library, which is a very umbrella statement. It covers open source, open access, open educational resources, open technologies, open standards, and so on. And also we should promote the curriculum support activities for the faculty, and it can be anything that can be rolled out from the library, seamless authenticated access to library content from the LMS, that is the learning management system. It should be interoperable with respect to all sorts of technologies. Faculty facilitated with the HACCP library content. Students get direct links from the library, seamless LMS integration, and end-to-end integration with the LTI, Learning Technology Interoperability Compliant products. And then the library can be connecting to the learning management systems and the content management systems, all the plethora of collections and services from the library. And we can also roll out a number of support workshops for the entire community, starting from students to researchers to the faculty in varying degrees of intensity. Searching skills, finding skills, IT skills, research impact workshops, research skill workshops, searching literature reviews, research data management workshops, managing reference citations workshops, personalized research IDs workshops, or research ID support systems, and then effective management of research data using various software, open source software solutions, and then citation databases orientation on anti-plagiarism softwares, whatever we can, author workshops, then thesis writing workshops, a lot of other innovative entrepreneurial, hand-holding and workshops. So the principal interlocking channels of robust library systems and services will include seamless aggregation and integration of digital objects in metadata, print and electronic, supplemented with indexes and search algorithms, combined with information and knowledge guides, navigation interfaces, discovery tools, etc. And then on the interface side, you have ILMS, you have OPACs, you have ERMS, you have EduZ list, you have a number of subject guides, you have a number of subject navigation guides, diving deep into various in-depth subjects, digital libraries, institutional repositories, web-scale discovery services. If you can come out with the ontology-based services, what's called concept-based services, all that is welcome. Supported by highly enabled cutting-edge library systems and software solutions. And all these services should be gadget neutral, platform neutral, formats compatible, and interoperable. I think this will be the kind of service which will be required by. Already most of our libraries are offering these services, but connected with the focus areas which I am suggesting, additional to the traditional library services, will be the one which will be recommended, appreciated by the entire user community. Thank you very much. I'll be happy to take some questions on this regard. Thank you very much.